All right. Well, welcome to the presentation. We're going to talk today about learning tool integrations that we use with Canvas. All right. So I'm going to just talk about what a learning tool integration is. We'll look at some examples of how to set them up, and then we'll look at what they look like, some of the big ones on the other side. So learning tool integration is basically a way that Canvas makes it so that tools that we frequently use, like Kami or Nearpod or Google, so that they're integrated and you can load them directly in Canvas. So for example, if I wanted to set one up for Kami, I would create an assignment. And if I open the assignment and edit the assignment, I have the ability to, under submission type, select external tool. And this is where most of our learning tool integrations are going to be housed, in external tools. So if I click on external tool, I can then go to Kami and select it. And I'm going to find one from my Google Drive. And then I select the assignment that I want to use. And I can change the mode. So in Kami, if I click on assessment mode, what this does is it makes it so that the students only have access until you return the graded files. And it gives you a little bit more control. You can set a due date. And then the other thing you can do is you can enable real-time monitoring. So it gives you the ability to see what students are doing. And then finally, you have the ability to turn on or off features in Kami. So a lot of these integrations have things like this where you can choose and kind of pick and choose and set the settings that you want. When I'm done, I hit continue, and it will attach the file. And we'll show you what it looks like after a student has submitted for all of these. We'll show you kind of what they look like. When you're done, you hit select. You can give it a date and an availability time, and then you click save. And what that does is it sets it up so that you have the assignment right within Canvas, so that you can use it right within Canvas. And from here, I can do things like I can mark up the assignment. I can create videos that students can click on to give them instructions. So it gives me the ability to do a lot of things right within Canvas. I don't have to go out to Kami. And that's the idea of learning tool integrations, is that I can do my work right in Canvas. So that's setting up a Kami assignment. I'm going to do the same thing with Nearpod. So once again, edit. So by the time we're done, you guys should be really familiar with how to set up these external tools or learning tool integrations, because within Canvas, I'm going to submission type, external tool. I'm going to select the one that I want. In this case, it's Nearpod. And it will open up to my Nearpod menus. And I'm going to click on the one that I want to teach. So it's going to say teach. And then after I click on teach, it's going to say live or student paced. I'm going to select student paced. And I'm going to hit select. And then I can give it, once again, a due date and make any adjustments here that I want, like a grade. And when I'm done, I'm going to click save, and it will add that tool right directly into Canvas. And for the students, when they join, this is just showing me the student list. You'll actually be able to see and scroll through the slides for students. On the teacher view, I can see and scroll through the student responses. So that's how you would add that. So I'm going to go back to modules. And the next one I'm going to add is Google. So Google has two types of integrations. You can do one that loads it within the Canvas SpeedGrader, and one that will load it in assignments. The one in assignments, what it does is it creates a like an interactive experience where you can add comments to student work. So I'll show you both, and then I'll show you kind of what they look like on the student side after I'm done adding them. So for SpeedGrader, I'm going to click on Edit. I'm going to, once again, select External Tool. I'm going to click on Google Assignment. And when I do, I'm going to hit Continue, and we're going to see that I have the choice between Google Assignment and SpeedGrader. I believe that one was a Google Assignment. I'm going to select Google Assignment. I can attach a file. So I'm going to attach a similar file to what I did last time. And when I attach this file, what it's going to do is it's going to create a copy for all the students. Each student will get their own copy. And then I'm going to click on Create, and it will create the assignment. Hit Select. Once again, I give it a due date. And I don't have any submissions yet, but I'll show you what that looks like on the student side. So I'm going to go back. I did neglect to mention one thing with the Google assignments. So I'm going to really quickly show that thing. So one of the things that you do have the ability to do is you can use a plagiarism checker or an originality checker, and it analyzes it for possible plagiarism. So I can toggle that on if I want. This time I'm going to select SpeedGrader. I'm going to attach an assignment once again. And like I said before, each student will get their own copy. I click on Create, Select, give it a due date, and that adds the assignment. So you saw the process is basically a very similar process for adding any integration, but just depending on the tool, you may have additional options and additional things that you can do to set up the tool. So that's essentially how you would set them up. I'm going to go through now and just show you kind of what they look like for you after a student has submitted the assignment. So these are ones where students have made submissions. So if I go in the Kami, this one is significant because I can, if I want to make changes to the template that all students will view, I can click on Template. Or if I want to see the student submissions, I click on Class View. In this case, I want Class View. And now I can see the student submissions, and I can make markups and comments to the students. I can do the grade directly in here. If you do Class View, you'll see that if I have more than one student submission, I can scroll through the student submissions very easily right here. So I can do all the things that I need to do right within this interface right here. So that's just looking at the Kami. I'm going to hit next, and we're going to look at Nearpod. So what Nearpod does is it gives you a report of all the student submissions. So let's see. So it has the number correct and incorrect. And actually, it's in SpeedGrader. If I open it in SpeedGrader, I can actually see essentially how the students did, and then I can use that information to enter the grade for the assessment in here. So it's really just kind of a nice, easy interface where you can look at the student submissions and you have all the information that you need right there. So I'm going to go back to Gradebook and back to modules. So the LTI, the SpeedGrader, if I open the SpeedGrader, what it does is it loads the assignment, the student submissions, right in SpeedGrader. So if I click on SpeedGrader, I'll be able to see the student submission right in SpeedGrader. In the other version, I would not be able to see the student submission right in SpeedGrader. So if I click on SpeedGrader here, it's not going to show anything. So you'd be able to look at the assignment right in SpeedGrader. What's nice though is that even though you can look at the assignment in SpeedGrader, you do also have the ability to look at the student's submission, their Google Docs submission, by clicking on this file here. Now, the other one, the Google Classroom, what's different about that is you can view the student's submissions right within this they have a submission field here. So I can look at the submitted assignments. And this is really good. I like this, the Google Classroom, if I have some process that's iterative. So maybe you're writing multiple revisions of an essay where I can get feedback and the student can submit and feedback and submit multiple times to kind of get the student work to where you want it to be. So those are all 3 examples of learning tool integrations. I showed you how to set them up and kind of the way that they are different depending on how you set them up. All right. Then thank you very much. That's all I wanted to show for today.